Hey guys, it's me, Ruowen Huang. Sorry, I got a little bit interrupted. Anyway, all of a sudden I don't know what to say. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also psychic. Today, I want to talk to you guys about a topic that I've been struggling, like whether I should talk about or not. But basically, in the past this weekend, some tragic happened in Taiwan, right? So basically, just to sum it up for you, is a mental illness person basically walked down to the street and then kill a 4-year-old girl right in front of a mom, right? And because of this incident, there were a lot of voice happen, in Taiwan. It's pretty much everywhere in the media. And then also, every time when this tragedy happens, no matter what kind of tragedy happen, I will always get a lot of email or post message or things like that inquiring me, basically asking why those tragedy are happening, right? Why are there people dying? Why are those innocent people dying? Why are those why? Basically just a lot of why. So I've been struggling for days and debating whether I should touch this sensitive topic. But to put this specific topic aside, I thought let's talk about why tragedy happens, right? So throughout the years, of course, there are tragedy everywhere, like Paris, Brussels, or these little girls and things like that. When the beginning of my psychic journey, I too did not understand why this happens, right? Because I did not understand why, things happen in such a tragic way, that why, all those innocent people have to die, why people are dealing with trauma and things like that. So at that time, my higher spirits basically say, when things like this happens, like usually, is try to create a bigger impact in a greater level. So I did not quite understand what that meant, because what kind of impact? Because as far as I could see, it seems like we all dealing with sorrow, and we're dealing with confusion and things like that. I'm not quite sure what kind of impact those tragedies are gonna happen or gonna do to us, right? But it's not through the explanation. He say, a lot of time we're living our life believing there's money is our goal, or believing there's a certain way of, like, we tend to forget what true meaning of living really is. You know what I mean? So we focus our life on how much money we make, what kind of title we got, what kind of car we drive, what kind of house we live in, but then we forget what's really important as a soul. You know what I mean? So it's when things like this happen, it will kind of make us wake up, or understanding there are something that is more important than just that, the material, such as humanity, which I believe I talked about it before. So basically, what my higher spirit try to say is, those things were all planned. I mean, when people decide to become a victim, or the person who a murderer or the bad guy, they all know this is gonna happen to them before they agree to become a human being, right? See, that's another thing I couldn't quite understand then, but I guess I slowly do. So when it come to this life and these things happen, they will impact people, right? In a greater scale that we don't usually think about. Like, for example, when take Taiwan, this incident happened for example, what end up happening is, when it happening, what it should do is it should wake up a certain humanity is. So, but most of people not really paying attention to what's important, right? They right away, they blaming one another, they arguing, or they vent out their anger. But what I really want to share with you guys here is, life is full of choice. I hope one day I can come back and talk about this. You will realize everyday life, day in, day out, our life is always full of choice. So that is same thing as this kind of tragedy happen. When tragedy happen, we as a soul will be confronting with two choices in our life. One is we choose humanity. Humanity is to understand what it is that important we become a human. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden, maybe I watch this sad story, I feel because I too am a mother. Then I come back, I look at my own family. I start value how important it is to spend my time with my family. How lucky I am that I still have my kids healthy and sound next to us. And then that bring me back from the material world that I've been working so hard to pursue, but really focusing on what it is that I've been missing out, right? With things that happen, what it is like I've been not paying attention to. Have I been attending to my kids growing? Have I been paying attention to my kids' emotional growth and all that? Things like that, it impacts us in so many levels. Sometimes it's beyond like just one topic or beyond our comprehension. But what I really believe it trigger us to think what it is that really important to us. At this point, I believe it's family. I believe it's our friend. I believe it's at that moment we let go our anger, frustration, and then look around us and think what it is that's important to us. And if those things are important to us, how can we make it better, right? But then see, things don't only just come one side, things come two sides. Just like tragedy will always have one good guy and one bad guy, right? While good guy is try to bring out the humanity of you, that would be also bad guy. What does a bad guy do? It bring out the dark side in you, right? So that's what I'm saying, or at least it took a long time for me to realize. Every time when things that happen, we as a soul will be confronted two choices. One is your humanity, the other one is your dark side. What the dark side here I try to say is, we will stop playing blaming game. We ignore what's really important, like the family, you know, the respect, the care, the love, that should be important. Those people sacrifice so we can remember that too is important in our life. But instead, we don't. We play blaming game, which I find is very common thing that we humans do. We play game blaming why this is not working. You are so bad. You should die. You should do that. Or you should do, you know what I mean? We start pointing finger at one another and start claiming one another is wrong or I'm the right one. Sorry, I try not to get myself excited, but to overheat it. That is when I see the dark side coming out. You know what I mean? When we are aware that we have dark side, that's the time we come to confront our own self and then figure out, is this who I want to be? You know what? When the moment I watch some angel sacrifice themselves as a victim, right? And then I realized how lucky, how grateful I am to have my kids still around me. Why am I playing blaming game? What it is that's so little in me that I need to blame it to someone else and make them fault. You know what I mean? Whew. Anyway, what I really try to say is, when tragedy happens, we humans got confronted two things. One is your good side, one is your bad side. So this is the thing I would say, it's sad those things happen, but I do believe the day we learn our lesson, those things will no longer have need to happen again, because we learn already. We no longer need people to sacrifice themselves so we can wake up. We no longer need people to play this kind of story or have the nature to play this kind of story so we can remember what it is that important as a human being. Whew. One thing I want to put aside. I want to put this topic aside. I want to share with you guys a little bit story, which is also what I learned through so many years on my psychic journey. I have a friend who always call me devil. The reason call me devil is because from what his religion believe, normal human beings should not see the vision. You know what I mean? The vision like me, like psychic. He believe what I see is what devil doing. Devil doing. Only devil will come to you as your relatives or friends or anybody and then try to tell you what to do. At the beginning, I'll probably have a debate with him. And then I would try to prove him right or prove him wrong or something. You know what I mean? It's not through years I start to realize one thing. And this is exactly the same thing I say to him as I would say to you guys. Throughout the year, I learned. They may be devil or right, but one thing I learned is if I have strong opinion towards something, strong opinion that means I'm totally against this, I'm totally agree with that. When I have that kind of strong opinion, guess what strong opinion do? It triggers strong emotion. Only when strong opinion triggers strong emotion, guess we are in whose hand? Devil's hand. Because devil is the one who is good at manipulating your emotion. They are good of using that as a tool to make you believe you have the need to be right or you have the need to be, defend for yourself. So that's what I am trying to say here with you guys. The reason I bring out this story is sometimes when we are so eager to so strongly holding one belief and try to point finger and say you are wrong. You are wrong. I'm the right one. Really, what I'm trying to asking is, how about just sit back for a second, take a deep breath for 5 seconds, and really think, I have a choice here. You know what I mean? I have a choice to belittle someone, or I have a choice to be respectful of the word I say. You know what I mean? So, same thing as when the tragedy happened. You have a choice. You can have a choice to continue blaming other people and make them the cause of your tragedy or this tragedy. Or you look back within yourself and think, what is important to me? What really matter? And if that thing really matter to you, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to make it better? How are you going to ensure the mistake will never happen again? So anyway, just a little thought I thought I'd share with you guys. Anyway, heavy topic. But then again, I hope that vent a little bit out of my chest. But again, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live in Facebook or go to subscribe my YouTube channel or my website ruowen.com. I guess till then, I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.